Hello, how are you? Fine, I hope. Listen, I want to share something. As I was recording the modules for my courses, I stumbled upon this message, and I want to share it with someone because I think you may be experiencing this, and I want to give it some verbiage and words to a description for it, and hope you understand. Okay. It's called the dark night of the soul. Sometimes we end up in the lion's den, right? The dark night, we have dark days, right? And your emotional intelligence is important during these dark days. This is how you bounce back. Your emotional intelligence is important for you to bounce back. It's very easy for us to feel like dark days gives us an excuse to abandon our assignment. It's very easy for us to feel like the dark days should give us an excuse to abandon our assignment. When the enemy can't stop you with dysfunction, he'll stop you with dark days. Okay? There's a wave of grief that can hit your life, and it can be debilitating. Grief is not just the loss of a loved one. It can be the loss of a life you wanted. It could be divorce, health, youth, or loss of a career. Okay? You cannot live life without going through some loss. You cannot live life without going through some loss. So let me break down the dark night of the soul. So the dark night of the soul is a spiritual and psychological concept often associated with profound and challenging inner experiences. And here's the explanation. The dark night of the soul is a term used to describe a period of intense spiritual and emotional transformation. During this time, individuals may grapple with feelings of deep despair, emptiness, and a sense of spiritual crisis. It's profound and often painful process of self-examination and growth, and where one confronts their inner struggles, doubts, existential questions. This term was coined by Saint John. This coin was termed by Saint John of the Cross. It refers to a spiritual journey where individuals experience a sense of separation from the divine and face their innermost fears and weaknesses. It is believed that emerging from this dark night can lead to a spiritual awakening and personal growth, ultimately fostering a deeper connection with oneself and the divine. The dark night of the soul is a concept that has been discussed and interpreted in various ways, and its experiences can differ among individuals. It's often seen as transformative and deeply spiritual process that can ultimately lead to a greater insight, enlightenment, and a stronger connection with one's inner self and spirituality. So a lot of us may be experiencing the dark night of the soul. So the things that you're feeling, it may be hard for you to understand. The dark night of the soul. We all are going to go through that experience, and some of us may be there right now. Okay, your emotional intelligence is important for your bounce back. Okay, it's easy for us to feel like the dark days gives us an excuse to abandon our assignment. Do not let the dark days make you abandon your assignment. You know what you want to do. You know, you may have forgotten, right? So now you get to check in with you. What do I really want? Why do I want this? Right? Who am I unbecoming, and who am I becoming? Because when we get to that part where we're unbecoming and becoming, it can feel really icky and strange, right? Because you're dying to your old self, right? So that person who you were cannot get you where you're going. And you don't understand, like we don't even realize what's happening. It's weird. It's like a weird feeling. You're grieving things. Like, think about this. There's a wave of grief that can hit your life that can be debilitating. And grief is not just a loss of a loved one. It can be the loss of the life you wanted. So think about this. We're in November. There are things that did not work out, right? So we're grieving those things. We may not even know that we're grieving those losses. We're grieving that promotion that we didn't get. We're grieving the job that we lost. We're grieving the friendships that didn't work out anymore. We're grieving the things that we wanted that we can't have. right now, right? So we have to be mindful, and we have to allow ourselves to experience these things. It's normal to feel like this. It's normal to go through this process. Okay? Youth, it could be the loss of life you wanted. It could be divorce. It could be health. It could be youth. It could be the loss of a career. You may be on a job right now and you did not get the promotion that you thought you deserved. And now you're stuck in a position and you're doing this job that you don't want to do. And you know there's more for you. You know your capacity. You know your abilities. You know your skills. And they don't see that. And that makes you sad. And you're grieving that. You didn't get that. They didn't see it. They didn't see it. They didn't see your talents, your skills. And you want more. It's normal. It's normal to feel those things. You had a friendship. You're no longer friends anymore. You're grieving that relationship. You had goals that you didn't accomplish. You're grieving those goals that you didn't accomplish. It's okay to experience this. It's okay to feel these things. The dark night of the soul is the separation from the things we wanted versus the things we have. Like, I didn't get these things. And I feel sad. I feel depressed. I feel worthless, right? You may feel all of these things because you didn't accomplish the things you wanted to accomplish. So I wanted to share that. I was going through this and I saw that and it kept standing out to me. Even this morning, it stood out to me some more. So I was like, okay, let me talk about the dark night of the soul. It's a spiritual and psychological concept often associated with profound and challenging inner experiences. A lot of people are having some inner experiences and they're very uncomfortable. It's something that you cannot explain. Like, I feel like a failure. I feel like I've lost everything. I don't want to lose everything. Like, everybody's at a different place, right? Everybody's experiencing the same things in different ways, right? The dark night of the soul. It's a period of intense spiritual and emotional transformation. So what's happening is there's transformation occurring. And transformation is not comfortable. It's not comfortable. Nevertheless, it's necessary for growth. Transformation is necessary for growth. You will go through transformation and it does not feel good. It doesn't. Think about the caterpillar. The caterpillar has to die in order to become a butterfly. And then once it becomes a butterfly, it can't see its own wings. It can't see how beautiful those wings are. You can't see how beautiful you are with or without those things that you wanted or needed, right? You can't see that. You can't see how amazing you are. All you can experience right now is that inner, right? That I didn't get this didn't work out. I feel like this, yuck, 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 yuck. That's where you are. Don't stay there, right? Don't stay there. Look at what did work out. And look at what you can do next. What's the plan for next? We got to set a goal. We got to create goals. What do you want to do next? What does that look like? Who do you have to become now? Right? What are you learning in this experience? We got to look at things differently. If you look at things differently, things will change. They have to. It has to work out or it has to work out. It's all in the way you're looking at it. It's all in how you're looking at it. Okay? Wanted to share that. I am